Hi, beautiful people. How are you? This is Bethany Gagne, founder of Numinous, the organization that sponsors the Global Peaceful Cities Project. And this video is twofold. One is to invite you to participate in the Happiness Challenge. And then number two, to talk a little bit about why I'm making this commitment for an entire year to offer this project. So number one, first of all, starting with the Happiness Challenge. The way to do that is we will be sending out a link sometime this week to measure your baseline happiness levels. And then we're going to start a year-long project of us sending meditations each day out for you to perform that will do three things. One, move your body into the signature of happiness. Number two, send intentions to your own out for best outcomes. And number three, to start adding some love and light and sweetness to the kind of global energy field, so to speak. And so we're going to do that every day through one meditation. And throughout the year, you're going to start to learn what's it like to walk around in more of an expanded consciousness. And so what we're going to do, though, after 8 days is take a change in happiness levels measurement. And throughout the years, I work with State University of New York at Albany professor Dr. Karina Reinhold. She has this amazing, gorgeous heart for this project. And so we will be doing statistical analysis to actually measure these changes in happiness. Now, this is an enormous effort, okay? I'm so fortunate. I wouldn't even be doing this unless Andrew Tang had stepped up after, this other website went down. And then we have Dr. Reinhold to do our analytics and things like that. And, I question myself on a day-to-day basis. Like, I have plenty of other things calling me in my life to address. And I question myself, like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And I'm going to tell you that there's 3 reasons on why I'm going to show up every day for the next year to help teach people about expanding their consciousness and then put themselves in service to facilitating greater global peace, okay? By us coming to understand who we are in the field and then owning our ability to influence that and then sending love, light, and blessings to the field. So 3 reasons why. One is because, I'm gonna put it bluntly, this life is brutal. Have you noticed? Okay, because none of us get out of this life unscathed. That every one of us will reach a point in our life where what is facing us will feel far beyond our capacity. And when we feel that insufficient to face what is facing us, then it is incredibly common to turn to substances, right? And which really creates this portal for many people to end up in decades of abuse, right? Substance abuse of food, alcohol, cigarettes, gaming, excessive video gaming, binge watching Netflix, it doesn't matter. It's the idea that we feel as though we don't have what we need to face what life is challenging with us. And so we end up looking to these things. Now, why do we do that? It's very easy to understand. We're looking to self-soothe. We're looking to find a softer place within our consciousness and none of that raucous, hard, cacophonous, anxiety-ridden place, but we're looking for a soft place to land. And the thing is that no one's taught us how to do this without looking for something outside of ourselves. But understand that everything that we're looking for outside of ourselves is actually really just compensating for a lack of a download of our own spirit. A lack of a download of our own, what could be called your core essence, what's called the I am presence, what's called your essential being. There's a name for it in all different traditions, but people don't know that what they're trying to reach for in these substances is actually a quality that's actually within them. And if you know how to dive deep into your consciousness, you will come out and find that. And you will find that that is the best salve you could ever have to face life's challenges. And so the one reason why I do this is because it really bothers me that we have this free resource that's available to anyone 24/7, that doesn't require any charging to keep it going, that it's available to all of us, and people don't know it. Right? So it's kind of like we're swimming in this pure lake of gorgeous water and we're walking around thirsty. So that really, I just feel blessed to have been able to have had some experiences, learned a thing or two, and just wanting to share with people the resource that they have available to them 24/7. So that's the first reason. The second reason is because I also understand how difficult it is to grok that our thoughts have any influence outside. Like, we think that our thoughts are private, right? But actually it's proven over and over and over again that we actually are transmitting ideas. We're transmitting thoughts. And every thought you have has a correlate in your energy field and in the space around you, okay? So understand that your thought isn't just between your ears, it's actually emitting from you. And it is influencing the world that you experience. Now, everybody has a hard time believing that, right? Like, that's just a crock of whatever, right? But so I know how hard it is to grok that. And, it was only because I ran into a research study at 23 years old after I had turned my back on anything bigger than myself. And I found this research study that I found after I had actually gotten myself into a disability that forced a career change. And I guess I humbled myself to say, you know what, if these physicians at San Francisco General, I think it was, that they had done this prayer research study. And I thought, well, if these physicians are willing to consider this, then I guess I should too. And so it's been this journey ever since. So I know what it's like. Like, it took a research study for me to even consider it, first of all, which is why I'm so passionate about doing research. But then on top of it, I've been testing it for years and years and years. So I know that I could talk on blue in the face, but until you test the field, until you gain your own commerce with the field, it will be really hard for you to believe that this stuff works the way it does, okay? So that's part of it, is I'm wanting people to understand, again, this free resource available to you 24/7, and really starting to understand the kind of magical mystery tour we're all really on, and not kind of what this third dimension, what's in front of us all the time, is telling us what we're really on. So that's the second reason. And the third reason is really the reason why I will get up every day for a year committed to this project, is this very thing. It's why I feel like I've been sitting on my hands not doing this project. And that is that if we just talked about how every thought you have has a correlate in your field and has a correlate in the ethers, then the idea that the world is in the situation it is right now, and knowing that the animosity and venom and anger and all of that is just escalating, right? And people have always lived in brutal times, right? So it was brutal times to survive. A lot of times it was if you didn't work, you didn't eat, right? But now, it's not so much survival. It's really just that we've gotten some really bad mental habits. And those bad mental habits are actually creating this field that's quite noxious, right? So it's kind of like if you ever walk into a room and somebody's just had an argument, you can kind of feel the energy lingering there, right? If anyone is sensitive at all, you just kind of know that something had just transpired. And that's really what's happening, is that we're feeding the field with consciousness. In fact, when I worked with Dr. Roland McCratty, Director of Research at the Institute of Heart Math, about their extended research, most people don't know that they have research going on behind the scenes. It's out there, just most people don't bother with it. And that is that they're measuring about changes in human emotion and changes in measurements around the globe. Okay, and so Dr. Roland McCratty had offered us a challenge. What are you feeding the field today? What are you feeding the field today, right? So because this idea that we're all inputting into this system, into this energy field of the earth, and what are we feeding it? What are we putting into it? And just one example that I'd like to give you of maybe if you'd ponder about maybe group consciousness and what are we facilitating here. If you remember, basically over the summer, I heard about a research that showed that in the US, there are now 10 mass shootings a week. I'll say that again. In the US, there had been measured 10 mass shootings a week. If I remember correctly, it was up 73% from the year before. So my question to you is, what do you think? Do you think maybe our thoughts and consciousness is maybe influencing behavior by any chance or anything like that? And let's take that even back a step more, right? I don't know. What do you think? Do you think maybe playing video games of people shooting, maybe we've had 2 generations now of spending hours and hours shooting up people on video games? Like, do you think that could possibly add to a meme in the noise band levels of the earth? I mean, what do you think? I mean, is that so far-fetched that, mass shootings have nothing to do with the fact that many, couple generations, solid generations of young boys have been shooting people up on video games, right? So let's just, so the thing is, what's going to get me up every day is I know that the same thing can work towards beauty, towards love, towards sweetness, right? And the idea that the universe totally respects us so much that it will let us marinate in misery forever, right? It will let us go down, okay? There's going to be like no intervening or whatever. We are basically the heroes that we're waiting for. And so if we want beauty and sweetness and light, we need to invoke it. So the Course in Miracles says we need to begin the miracle, okay? So we just need to begin the miracle. We just need to invoke it. And so if we had a group of people that for the next year, every day, made a commitment to themselves to become happier, and in that process at the same time, because that's how elegantly we've been designed, that when we go into gorgeous spaces, we actually bring gorgeous spaces with us, and we kind of emit it like a fragrance off a flower to actually transmit it into the field. So what if for an entire year, enough of us went to our meditation every day to expand our own consciousness and to infuse the planet with love and light? Infuse the planet with love and light. I mean, because let's face it, what we are doing is not working, right? So could we try another way? Could we try a gentler, beautiful way that can work towards the highest and best for all concerned? Because in the universe is equal opportunity. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. It doesn't matter how much money is in your bank. It doesn't matter about your educational level. None of that matters, right? That we're all equal in the etheric. And if those of us that want to vote for beauty and love and light, then we need to champion that. We need to hold our awareness to that, train in that, to see what it's like to live from that, and then invite others to live from that. And as I said, the universe is equal opportunity. So don't feel as though because you find something that you're going to take something away from somebody else. It doesn't work that way, okay? The field is calculating everyone's needs. So it's the idea of some of us just taking this year-long commitment. And I'm going to take this year-long commitment to provide all these resources, to bring it out into the public. This is not an easy task. There's tons of other things I could be doing. Andrew Tang, thank God for him. He is stepped up to help with tech support. If you can be patient with us with pet tech support, because this is a huge project and we are doing our best behind the scenes to get it together. And then also Dr. Katarina Reinhold, who is a professor of mathematics and statistics at the State University of New York at Albany. She is willing, and she's so busy, to actually do our analytics of the Happiness Challenge. So understand that we are bringing great resources towards you, and we're all kind of sacrificing on this. We're all doing the best we can, but we all believe, we all know in our hearts the power that we can't do it alone. We cannot do it alone. And there's this myth and kind of new age stuff that one person can make this huge difference, and I don't doubt that to an extent, but I've been around enough to know that we're way more powerful when we come together and when we hold sweetness and light together than just one or two people here and there doing it. So, all right, we will send out the Happiness Challenge soon. The idea is you take the survey, then you meditate for a week, and then take the survey again. Please share this with as many people as possible. Please be patient with us as we're doing the best we can to fix the challenges as we go. And I guess that's it. But just think about what happens if you spend the next year diving deep within yourself, touching that gorgeousness within, touching that I am presence within, and then learning to operate life from that area. I can tell you it will be a much better life if you do that for the next year than if you don't. So come on, it's free. So please consider it and share this with as many people as possible. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.